Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Friday. You guys, I am so excited. This is, first of all, like the best day of my life. We are celebrating the end of the week. It's Friday, and I am here doing a solo, very Oprah Winfrey of me, talking to two of the most important people in mine and Jackie's life right now. It's Shannon. It's or Shosh. How do you prefer to be?
I like Shannon. She likes Shosh.
I like Shannon. I do.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are here in studio. First of all, thank you so much for being here. Like, this is just, we've been nonstop talking about you guys for like the last month. This is my first go around on the Love Island journey, and you guys really made it so worthwhile. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Honestly, we're huge fans.
This has been like a crazy month for you guys, obviously, and I actually, like, so many people in my DMs, I don't know how everyone knows anything. They did spoil for me like the night before you guys left that you were leaving, and I just, like, that was the most wild turn of events. First of all, how are you doing? Like, how's your family? I'm real, like, that's such a hard thing to go through.
Yeah, it's been a lot, obviously, the last couple weeks, you know, just with everything coming off the show, and then especially what had happened and why we had to leave. You know, under the circumstances, my family's holding up okay. Obviously, you know, when you transition out of a show like this, you have everything that's going on with that, and then, you know, I also have, you know, the traumatic loss of my sister in the same exact equation right there. So it's been like happy and sad at the same time, and it's kind of hard to balance those emotions.
Right, it's like an unbelievable high and then like an earth-shattering low.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like one of the worst things you can go through, and then one of the best things you can go through all together at the same time. So I think under the circumstances, we're holding up, though.
Okay, that's
Thank
good.
You. Yeah.
And honestly, I think a lot of people were really moved by the fact that you left with Josh, just because, you know, you guys were really strong on the show, but, you know, the show is a show. Everyone thinks, like, you know, what's actually going on. So can you talk a little bit about, like, how and when and why you made that decision to go with him?
Yeah, it really wasn't even like a second thought. Josh got the terrible news and said, you know, I need Shannon here with me right now. They pulled me. Josh explained what happened, and his family was nice enough to say, you know, if Shannon's comfortable, we would love for her to fly back with you.
That's so nice.
So I was just glad that it was an option for me, because I've never met his family. You know, we don't know how we're portrayed on the outside.
Right.
I have no idea what was aired and what was not. So the fact that they let me go and fly back with Josh was huge for me. I was not going to stay in that villa.
No.
I was going to come right back with Josh. Like, me and Josh had already talked, like, before, saying, like, if I were to go home or he were to go home, like, we were going to leave together.
Of course.
Because we found what we were looking for at that point. And obviously, I just wanted to be there for Josh. It's such a hard time. Like, something like that I couldn't even imagine going through. So I just wanted to be there with him and help him through it.
And I'm just like, we were all so glad. Like, it was we feel so invested watching the show, and you're like, oh my God, what? And it's such a crazy feeling to watch a reality show that's happening in real time.
Right.
Because we're used to watching reality shows where, like, all this shit happened 8 months ago. So you just feel even more invested in the journey. And I think for a lot of people who were very invested in your relationship, we all felt, you know, at peace knowing that you were going to be there for Josh. It was really, it was very moving.
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't even a second thought.
Yeah,
like
she's been amazing throughout the whole thing. Like, obviously, she came back with me. She didn't have to do that. And then she probably met a million people, like extended family, friends, people that we don't even know. And she's just been absolutely amazing throughout the entire thing. So she's been my rock the last couple of weeks, for sure.
Oh my God. Oh, so you guys are still together.
Yeah, if you didn't know.
I have a question. I have so many questions for you guys. One about the show and, like, the drama, but also about the logistics, because you guys are actively posting on social media, but it's not you guys, even though you have phones. The phones are for the island, and is someone back home running your Instagrams?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to start here.
Yeah.
So my friend, I have to give her a shout out, Alex Kelleher. She was running my Instagram back home, one of my good friends. She is a huge toaster. Like, she's the one who was literally crying that we were going to get on the show.
Oh my God, you should have brought her.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
So she would hate me if I didn't give her a shout out. So
No,
Alex
I appreciate
Kelleher
that.
was running my Instagram.
Thanks, Alex.
Huge toaster. She's awesome. So, yeah.
So did you choose people, or the show chose? How does that work?
No, I chose. She actually does social
people.
media for, like, her job.
Right.
So, and we're all good friends. I was like, hey, do you mind, like, running my socials while I'm gone? She, like, took it. She wanted to do it. She was like, I don't even want money, nothing like that. So,
do you have to have someone running your social, or you could choose not to post?
Yeah. I think Jeremy and Corey.
Oh, Jeremy's Instagram. Have you seen it?
Does he lift?
Bit.
I don't know.
It's literally only shirtless mirror pictures. It's
you gotta
so
respect
weird.
Jeremy.
Now that
I
he's, like, a
see
public
it.
figure, somebody has to help him.
Oh my God.
It's really,
Somebody
it's
should
bad.
have been running his Instagram.
100%.
I just had my sister run mine.
Yeah, she
and
did a really good
and I
job.
paid her for it because
Nice.
she's also in social media.
You just said something really interesting when you were saying how like you didn't know how Josh's family, like what they saw.
Right.
So when you're in the villa, obviously you're there to have fun. You're really there to connect. But are you like worried all the time about like how you're coming off? Like, did you have anxiety about that?
I had anxiety the entire time.
You did more than me.
I feel like you're just sober all the time, but you black out. Like I literally would black
Right.
out during the challenges. I would black out during any recoupling ceremony. Like I
Right.
don't even remember what I said. But we just know going into it that production is gonna cut and edit any way that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So you're there for a month now. We were there. Obviously something's gonna come up,
Of
and
course.
of course that one bad thing or that one day where you're really tired, like we don't get any sleep in the villa.
Yeah.
So that's obviously gonna be what they air because
Mm-hmm.
it's dramatic and it makes TV.
Right. I don't think I was like anxious or nervous while we were in there, but then once we came out and then we started watching like the first 2 episodes and I was like, that didn't happen like that.
Right,
That didn't
that
happen.
did
So it was
not-
giving me
yeah.
anxiety like that because I didn't know. When you're in there, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna be me, go with the flow. But like when you
Yeah.
actually see how it's all mashed together, it's like for the most part it's all there. But
Yeah.
you know, like we know what goes on behind the scenes and like the conversations that we have and other people have. So it's kind of interesting to see how it shakes out like that.
Yeah.
So
it's funny.
Yeah.
At what point after you left the villa, after you got your phones back, like did you guys realize like you were really like the winners? Like I'm very deep on Love Island Reddit. Like I'm very invested in this whole journey. You guys were winning until you had to go home.
Right.
When
We
did
had no idea.
had
like
no
at
idea.
what point did you know like, oh, people loved us, like we were a fan favorite?
Well, we kind of assumed once we had a couple like America votes when we weren't in the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
weeks in a
right,
row.
right.
We didn't know if we were the top, but we were just like, okay,
Right.
America likes us a little bit. And then we didn't realize what it was until we came out.
Right.
And we got all the support has been absolutely amazing. The outpour, people we don't even know, it's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't know it was like that until we got out. So it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like how the support's from literally all around the world. Like India,
Yeah.
you name it. Like people
That's
in our
crazy.
DMs commenting like love from Canada and all these different places. It's just it's amazing that
Yeah.
people actually like who we are as like authentic people. Like
Yeah.
we went on the show saying, well, we're just going to leave it all out on the table.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Like, this is how we are. You can't just go on a TV show and pretend like you're somebody that you're not. It's
No.
reality.
No.
And I think
Olivia,
that's, why
gonna
we,
come
that's why we
out.
got along, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we were just like being ourselves, like not really caring, not trying to fake nothing.
Now, in the
Right.
beginning, when you had to do that step forward thing, like, was that as awkward as it felt for us? Like, it was so painful. Like, when nobody stepped forward for like half the guys, like, I really, like, if that was me, I would have left. Like, I would have been so offended.
Well, I was crapping my pants because
Yeah.
I had watched the previous seasons, and once I found out I was going to be the first one out there,
Eek.
I knew that no one steps forward for the first
Yeah.
person. I was like, oh, I'm going to be embarrassed on national television. First day, here we go. And then I walked out, and I literally couldn't stop looking at Shannon. And luckily, 3 girls stepped forward, and she stepped forward. So I
Who
was
else
like,
stepped forward?
Kyra and Trina.
Damn, that's so crazy. Man, I have so many thoughts. Okay, we're gonna get into all them, but I need to stick to my questions because I'm gonna forget. Okay, when you guys left the show, did you watch the episodes? Obviously, you were busy, but did you keep up at all?
We honestly haven't even really dove into a lot of the
No.
episodes. We watched the
Interesting.
first couple. Obviously, after a week went by, we had a lot going on.
We
and
watched
then-
The Hideaway.
Your Hideaway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
watched it too.
Hideaway.
We had to.
Yeah, I
fabulous.
heard a lot of feedback from The Hideaway, and
From
I
us?
thought this was a CBS show. I didn't
No.
know what Paramount Plus was, baby.
Oh, is there more
I
on
did
Paramount
not
Plus?
know what
Yeah.
Paramount Plus was.
Gotta check it out.
Or
Yeah,
not.
everyone check it out.
Or not.
Or don't.
Okay, so you guys didn't really keep up, but there was a lot of, once you guys left and Cash and Cinco left, I do feel like, for me, like the show was over, but we were left with like these couples, and I just have so many thoughts on all of them, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on the people who eventually won, which is Olivia and Corey. Like, we very much here at the Morning Toast, like, take the stand. We agree with the whole narrative that like Olivia is an actress, and like not for 1 second does she like Corey, and Corey's so in love with her, and it's so sad, and he should have taken the money for himself. What do you guys think?
That's a mouthful right there. I don't know. I can speak on our behalf and say that, Corey and Olivia were 2 of our good friends in there. And like what you see on TV is literally them off camera.
Okay.
So from our perspective, I think they genuinely do like each other.
Okay.
And obviously that's from being inside and talking to them and hanging out with them and living with them. But I do think that it wasn't fake. I think some of the best relationships do start as friendships, and they were kind of there. They were always good friends, but they never had like a romantic relationship. And I think that as guys started coming in, or especially Casa, I think is where Olivia realized, and you can speak more about that, where like Corey was it for her.
Okay,
Yeah.
like she was talking about him at Casa more?
Yeah, because Casa Amor, we basically were saying like, okay, Olivia, like this is your time to shine. She was like, guys, like I think I really like Corey. And we were like, what? What are you talking about?
It's so random.
Your friend Corey, like, but the best relationships start out as friendships, and that's what we were saying. And like, even like, I FaceTimed Olivia yesterday, and she was like, she's into Corey. And she said it to me on the FaceTime. She was like, I'm so into Corey. There was like, I guess, I don't know if I could spell a little bit.
Do it.
Of tea.
Oh, God.
I guess there was like a girl that was like back at home watching Corey's dog. So I guess
Not
she's
the
just
dog.
a friend. I'm not sure.
Stop.
I mean, she
my
had
God,
the
the
keys, so.
She got the keys.
I'm dying.
keys.
I'm dying. No, I'm telling you, there's something not right there. We know
Liv
it. The
really
fans know
likes.
it.
She really likes Corey.
Okay.
I don't know if that's her type outside of the villa,
She didn't describe it like that.
but
Okay. Well, I have another question for you guys. Since so many of us were just like really up in arms towards the end, we're like, why are we watching this? Like, bring back Shannon. # where is Shannon? Did production ever reach back out to you about like coming back? Like, because you would have won.
Yeah, no, they honestly
No.
didn't. We were in contact with them, all the executive producers, everybody involved with the show. They kept reaching out to me to make sure I was okay.
That's really
The
nice.
support from the show has been amazing.
they sent like flowers. Like,
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yep, multiple different people sent flowers from the production, and it was just unbelievable. They never once asked if we could come back, but they were just making sure we were okay, we got back okay.
Okay.
You know, if we need anything, they were awesome in that sense. But no, they never asked if we wanted to go back on the show. I think it's like kind of a fine line right there to
Yeah.
ask,
Yeah,
you know?
and I don't know if that was in our contract. Like, if you leave the villa, if
Right.
there's so much.
I don't know.
Also with
I didn't read
COVID,
half
I'm
of
sure
it.
it would have just been too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, like the status with Josh, they weren't probably like, "Hey, can we actually?"
Right, they
get
didn't
you
want to be
back
rude.
here?
Like,
Right, and there was only
so
there,
we
wa-
get
there was
that.
only like 10 or 11 days left of filming.
Right.
So it was close to the end. So it's like by the time, you know, me and my family got together, we were mourning, we had my sister's wake, and then if we really did want to go back, there'd only be like 3 days, 3 days left of filming. So it didn't really
Right.
make any sense.
Yeah, and it's a lot of traveling too.
Yeah.
Torture, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into another controversial hot topic, and that's the Will and Kyra of it all. Because aside from you guys, they were like the longest lasting couple, but there's just been so much weirdness. And the reason why I asked you if you had watched the show afterwards was because he had like a similar confrontation with Trina that he did with you. Obviously, it wasn't as like dramatic, but
Wasn't as
honestly,
Philly.
I was so supporting you. I was like, everyone was like, Shannon took it too far. I'm like, she didn't take it far enough. Like, I have so many questions
I
about
love
Will
that.
and Kyra, but I was wondering if you had any thoughts on the conversation where he had with Trina, where he called her manipulative just because she was expressing concerns to Kyra.
So we did not watch, but we did see clips, and then Trina actually talked to me about that. So she did fill me in a little bit, like kind of like, all right, yeah, with the Will thing, like he called me manipulative, and I was like, wait, what? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Clearly, I did not watch that episode. We're still catching up.
Right.
But I think that, you know, like I said, people's true colors really do come out. You can only put on a fake happy face for so long, and then if your true colors do come out, and then it's like, okay, well, maybe that was just like a one-time thing. Maybe
Right.
they're, you know, you always give them the benefit of the doubt, and then when it keeps happening, it's like, okay, that's actually who you
That's
are
them,
on the
yeah.
outside.
Right.
You cannot hide it on camera as much as you try to.
So when me and Jackie were recapping the show, it was very clear that there was something about Will that made people not trust him.
Yeah.
And it was this kind of thing we couldn't put our fingers on. And I'm wondering if you guys can explain, like, why did so many people have reservations about Will? What was he doing or saying that made you kind of wary of him?
From a guy's perspective, and I think some of the girls had said this to me, was like, I mean, even from day one when we had a conversation about him, I mean, he was one of my good friends in there, but also there was something, and I think I said it on camera, I was like, there's something I don't trust about him. And I don't know if that's true or not, but he would just sort of look at every girl and, you know, kind of talk to every girl like they were his girl.
Yeah.
And I think that's what rubbed some of them the wrong way, was like, obviously, I was friends with all the girls, but I wouldn't treat all the girls how I would treat Shannon. That's
100%.
just not
Yeah.
you know,
Appropriate.
right at all. So I think he would sort of, you know, lead some girls on and flirt with some girls. And that's just from their perspective telling me. But I think maybe that's why.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm a very like powerful, strong woman. Like I come off very, tell it how it is, and you can tell that like some men do not like that. They don't want that in their life. They want somebody that's a little more submissive, or like they're just different. And I think I kind of saw that in Will and got so frustrated because Kyra is one of my good friends and she is such a strong woman, but like she needs like a strong man to bring that out of her, not like kind of. And I don't want to say that because we're really good friends with Will and Kyra now that the show's like over and everything, and that was obviously just with the drama, but yeah.
Did your fight with Will hurt your relationship with Kyra at all?
Yeah, it did. There was some things that Will said to me off camera that
Like
were
what?
not allowed to be aired.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to talk about them.
Wow, the
but it did
tea.
involve, HR, and it just was
Not
not
HR.
Yeah. So although
Where's HR in the villa? Are they in a different house?
they're just called in, I think. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's why it looked like I was like, stop talking to me, stop talking to me.
Right.
Because of the things that he said that they weren't allowed to air made me
Interesting.
look like I completely popped off.
Right.
Which, watching the episode back, I was like, okay, so I'm the crazy bitch.
I didn't even
Like-
think he popped off so hard. I'm like, you should have went harder. Like, he needed to hear that. He was just like coasting around, doing whatever the fuck he wanted,
Yeah.
acting like a dick. And somebody had to put
Yeah.
him in his place, and Shannon was the one to do it.
We were joking around the entire show saying, "Oh, it's Will Island, it's not Love Island." Like, 'cause he
No,
would just
that's-
do or say whatever
Whatever
he
he
wanted.
That's how
wanted
he would like
sometimes.
treat it, and it's like, no, sit down.
Yeah.
Like, it's
There's
your
other
world, we're
people
just
here.
living in it.
But
you
they're
know?
still together, correct?
Yeah.
Have they watched the episodes?
I don't
No.
know.
They haven't.
Do you guys feel weird like watching the episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I don't even watch my own
But
podcast.
we figured
Yeah.
we wanted to watch them together, especially the tough
the
moments.
tough
the beginning,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
But after a while, you guys were just coasting and like being funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
thank
those episodes
God.
are fun to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
And the other thing about Will and Kyra is this, obviously everyone's wondering about this conspiracy theory that they knew each other before the show. I've heard on the Instagram lives, Amy and Wes, who are so bitter, and I'm with them. Like, they should have been there. They were a great couple. They're obviously very bitter that they got sent home, and they're just like saying that, Kyra knew where the house was. She knew who everyone was. Like, she got the 411 on everything. And I don't know if I believed it, but then in the final episode, I don't know if you guys caught this, they were just talking about how this journey's been so crazy and like how wild it is that they live 15 minutes from each other, but they never knew each other, which is just like, you live 15, like, it's just a little too coincidental.
Yeah.
It is
So what do
LA.
you guys know?
I don't
well,
even know if we know for sure.
And
We have-
because we didn't have access to our phones, we didn't even know that was a rumor going around inside the villa. So until
right.
after,
Right,
because it's
until,
not like,
yeah.
hey, did you guys know each other? Somebody said that on the outside.
Yeah.
We have no idea what y'all are saying about us while we're in there.
Wasn't it like Leslie's grandmother that
Yeah,
when
I heard
Leslie
that, I heard
when she
that.
came into the show and like you guys were at Casa, she had mentioned it to us and we were like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, my grandmother did some digging and
Yeah.
they liked
That's
each other's
hilarious.
pictures from like months ago.
There, that was on like
Yeah.
Reddit and like these
Yeah.
blogs, and I guess Grandma Leslie read the blogs, told Leslie. Leslie came in with the info, but there's no way of knowing if those rumors are true.
Exactly.
I mean, I could see them knowing each other.
Totally.
On the
I can see
outside.
that, too, but-
We haven't talked to them about it.
Also, you know how like when you follow people and like you just like their pictures, but you don't actually know who they are,
Yeah, but how are they following each other?
just from social media. I don't know. That happens. I feel like
That's
a lot.
way too ironic.
It's
I feel
too
I
much.
agree with you, but it could happen. I don't
It
know.
could,
I'll
of
give him the
course.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, like the Pope accidentally liked one of that girl, the porn star's Instagram.
No.
Yeah, complete accident. Right?
Complete accident,
Yeah.
right? Okay, who are you guys closest with from the villa in terms of friendship?
I would say Cash for sure for me. We just have like the same kind of personality vibe where like we bounce off of each other, and like we brought things into the villa, like our singing and
The singing.
yes, everything that we do with our friends back at home. I was like, wait, I do that. And she was like, no, I do that. And I was like, well, we
Completely.
do that.
Well, the thing is like what I loved about the show when I was first like starting it was like, of course it's fun, the drama, but like there really isn't that much drama. It's just fun to see female friendship, and you guys are like so funny singing and dancing, and it was like the best part. And then when you left, there was like such a hole, and then right after Cash left, and I was like, oh, this is not gonna cut it. Like all of the personality, the singing, the dancing, you guys were being so funny. That magic was gone, and it was really hard to watch after you guys left. Not to like blow so much smoke up your ass, but I am telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
I really appreciate hearing that.
And what do you guys think about Cash and Cinco? Like,
I like it.
they're like
Love.
together, right? In
Love
real life.
them.
Me too.
Love
Obsessed.
them. Yes, they are together. We're gonna see them right after this.
Yeah,
because they
I
are
think
here.
I think
When you guys
Cinco
going?
was just confused. Like it was always Cash.
Yeah.
I think it was just his judgment was a little clouded.
And we
They
didn't know
both
that at
kept making
Casa.
like the wrong decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
It was
very
like
sad.
wrong place, right person, wrong place, wrong
Yeah.
time.
At least they figured it out though. So.
Let's really quickly talk about the Jenny of it all, because that was like a really painful couple episodes that she appeared in. And it was just so weird because you knew her. And I'm just going to assume that you guys are still not on good terms, from what I've seen on social media.
We are not.
And we're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I hate talking about Jenny because it just gives her more clout.
Moving
every
on.
Time.
People like
But anyways.
people like Leslie and Genevieve, they came out of the show and were just like really vocal about how like they got bad edits. Like, oh, you didn't see this and you didn't see that. You didn't get to see my personality. I love philanthropy. Like they just were
Shut up.
very
like,
open.
Yeah, we all didn't get good edits. What are you talking about?
So my question for you is like, what are your thoughts overall on how you were quote unquote edited?
I think that, early on, and they can take bits and pieces of whatever. Like we sometimes had 30, 40-minute conversations and they can only have an hour of filming. You have 24 hours of filming all day.
Yeah.
So I get it, But I think that no matter who you are, like Shannon said before, your true colors are going to show. If you're just you the entire time, they can't edit you a certain way because you're not letting them.
Yeah.
So like
you
after
kind
a
of came
while,
off like a douchebag, like the whole
Kind of, but
Amy
not really.
thing,
Yeah.
the lifeguard challenge, like
yeah.
that never
Amy
really
So, like,
happened.
Oh, that
That-
was really fucked up. That was really fucked up. Thank you for bringing that up. I was so upset at you.
Of course you had to bring that
Did
up.
it actually
Everybody
happen?
was so mad at him. We saw all these fans. Yeah, it did actually happen, but it was
so
all
fucking
planned.
uncool, Josh. Like,
No, it wasn't him. It was planned.
There was a lot that I can't talk about, but
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
I was so upset with you. Like, I was like, this is not.
Same.
You're Jewish, right? Goldberg.
Goldstein.
Goldstein, same thing.
I'm half. I like to tell people I'm
like,
Jewish.
this is not my Jewish king. There's no way he would do that to Shannon.
Oh my God.
Very uncool.
No, I agree. I felt bad and I apologized to her afterwards.
But you know what?
There's a lot.
But there's
that
a
you
lot
guys
that goes on
don't
behind
know.
the scenes.
I'm
that
sure.
a lot of
I'm
people don't know
sure.
about.
I know what you're saying. Okay, now I want to quickly segue into a section that I'm calling logistics, because I have so many questions about logistically what it's like to live in a house on an island on a TV show. So I'm going to rattle them off and you let me know what it was like. Towards the end of the show, I really felt like a lot of people were getting sick of each other and like everyone was just like, I cannot wait to get the fuck out of here. Did you guys experience that at all? Fatigue? Villa fatigue?
Yes.
Yes.
You're just constantly drained, exhausted, sweaty.
Sweaty. Let's talk about that. Did it rain every single day?
Every single
Pretty
day.
much. Yeah.
I think
Feel
we
it
need
was
to
like
move
the
locations.
third rainiest city in the world, I think.
We had no
Interesting.
idea.
What
It
part of
mostly-
Hawaii is it?
Hilo, the
Hilo.
main island. It mostly rained at night though. The days weren't that bad. So like
Okay.
you got sun. Then as soon as the sun goes down, it would just be like,
Every like recoupling ceremony.
yeah. People thought it was fake water.
No, it was so annoying. Like you could tell every time you guys were sitting on those yellow couches that you were moving in from the rain because that
Yeah.
part was
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah,
and our hair and
exactly.
makeup. Like, hello. I
You
was
did
like,
your own.
Yes.
Interesting. Did that room
Yeah.
have air conditioning?
Yeah.
Does the whole house have air conditioning?
No, just the bedroom, the dressing rooms. That's it.
So is that
Like
why
the
everyone's just like
bedroom?
always sitting in the dressing room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
our dressing room, because it was downstairs, it was
Yours
so
was the
cold.
coldest.
We
The
would
guys'
literally
room
just
was the
nap down there all the
coldest.
time because it was so cold. Yeah.
Interesting.
The bedroom would be sweaty.
Oh, that's another great question. Sweaty in the bedroom?
Yeah. Sometimes the air didn't work in the bedroom, and there's 15 people sleeping in there, and we're all kissing each other, and we're all
Right.
like,
Hot.
Is the AC gonna work?
And how many days does it take you to get accustomed? Like, I cannot sleep like around other people. Like, I'm very self-conscious of like myself.
Yeah.
How many days does it take for you to get comfortable, like just to actually fall asleep instead of like being awake the whole time, like hoping you don't like fart or something?
I think the first night nobody slept.
Right.
That's just
No.
because new environment, a lot of people. But I can like sleep anywhere. So like the second night I was completely fine. I slept like a baby.
You're so tired.
Yeah.
It does not matter what environment you're in or how many people or what they're doing around you. You're hitting the pillow. You're going to bed.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're drained.
What about the groceries? You guys were always making fabulous meals. Who was filling up the fridge?
That was production or
Got
people
it.
that work with the show. Like you would just ask for something and the next
could
day
request.
it would be, a lot of people, like Amy was a chef. A lot of like Giovanni would request a lot of foods he would like to cook, like spices and stuff like that. So they would just ask, and obviously we're on an island, so sometimes it would take a couple days, but it'd pretty much be there.
I requested frozen pizzas. It didn't get them.
Oh, that sucks.
So-
That's exactly
wonder
what I
why.
would have requested.
Yep. Didn't get
And
them.
the whole kitchen's outside. There's no indoor kitchen.
No.
No.
That's kind of like sucks to like cook in the heat.
It was cool though. It was under shade. It really
it was
wasn't
pretty.
that hot.
Now let's talk about the daily schedule, because it seems like every day you guys got dressed, worked out, then got ready for the day. Was the working out mandatory? Was it like
No.
a mandatory part of the day?
Answer that,
I
Shannon.
did not work out once. I
But
worked out,
everyone
like,
put
one
on
time.
workout clothes right in the morning.
They would say like bikinis are workout clothes. So like
Got it.
I would just put my workout clothes on and just not work out.
just
it
watch
looked
everybody.
so miserable. Oh my God, all the working out. Oh, another good question logistically. We woke up and Leslie was gone. First of all, I don't know you guys if you saw the episode. They didn't say anything. They were just like, good morning, Leslie's gone, moving on. And I'm like, wait, what? It was just so random because she was in the middle of a thing with Cinco. Like, we got no explanation. And of course we found out later on, like she was smoking pot or whatever. From your point of view, did you wake up and she was gone, or you had to say bye, you knew what happened?
We knew. Yeah.
And she packed her things.
We didn't get to say goodbye at all, actually. Like we
We
were
didn't
chilling.
get to say goodbye, but we
Yeah.
knew it during the pizza challenge. Remember?
I didn't. You did.
She was
'cause
like
the
crying
girls.
all day
Yeah.
long. It was like she wasn't crying all day long. She was very upset.
Uh-huh.
Something had happened, and we were all like, what is going on? Nobody knew. And then
The guys didn't really know, so we were chilling on the yellow couches, and then production came out and was like, so Leslie's gone.
we
That's
didn't
it.
get to say
And we were
goodbye,
like,
though.
what?
That's crazy.
We're like, is she going to get sent home? Is she not? Like, she's like in a bad mood all day. Like, what's
Right.
going on?
And it was because
then
she smoked pot. A vape. Well, you don't have to say. She already
cannot
said it.
confirm nor deny
Of
that.
course. And I read somewhere, maybe it was one of your guys' Q&As or someone's, that there were no clocks. Like, you never knew what time it was.
No clocks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like
I
you're
was-
in a fake world.
I would start like looking at the sun. I was like, all right, it's 12.
Yeah.
Right.
It might be 2 o'clock.
What time do you think you were going to bed and waking up?
I know we were filming till like 4 a.m. the one day because the producers were like, go to bed. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Because
And we're
they
like,
can't go to bed until
And
we go to bed.
where are you filming? Like, you're just sitting outside?
But, like whatever they
wherever,
need to air,
wherever
like
they
some of the
need us.
conversations after a recoupling
Got
or
it.
stuff like that. Like the recoupling nights definitely take the longest.
Of course.
So I mean, we don't know what time it was, but it could have been like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
And you have to stay in your same hair, makeup, and outfit, whether you're wet, dry,
Right.
have pizza sauce all over you. It does not matter. You will be in that outfit for 2 more hours after.
Well, speaking of the recoupling, Jackie actually pointed something out when I first started watching the show. She's like, it's going to bother you. And it bothered me so much. And it's that the show refers to you guys as girls and boys when you guys are grown
Right,
men and
women,
women,
men.
or even
Yeah.
girls and guys. Like, they never say but guys, they only say boys.
I thought about
know-
that too.
Yeah, we were.
And in
curious
your
about
last, most recent episode, one of the last that you were on, you did refer to them as guys. And like, it was a groundbreaking moment. And we're just really grateful for that. What the hell is that?
that. I
Boys,
have
how old
no
are you, Josh?
I have no idea. What?
How old are you?
24.
You're not a boy,
No,
okay?
I'm a grown ass man.
No, it's so stupid, and
Yeah,
it
you
bothers me
are.
so. It's so bothersome. Does it bother you?
It is a little weird. Like, I feel like we're little kids being babysat.
In school.
But that's what it kind of feels like when you're in the villa. Like,
Yeah.
you're being babysat
Yeah.
all the time.
Don't get me wrong. It was an unbelievable experience.
Of
Like it was.
course.
It
Oh,
was
yeah, that's
awesome.
not me shitting on the show.
No, I'm just a negative
I love
person,
Love Island.
so
Yeah.
that's why I'm only asking negative questions. But I have a
Yeah.
few more.
Yeah.
Were there any actual physical like cameramen, or it was all cameras like hidden in the house and stuff, or were
So
people following you
the
around?
majority of the cameras, like the smaller ones, were just mounted everywhere. They had like 360, but there was like 4 or 5 like big cameras that you would have like your main conversations with.
Got it.
And that was man-made or manned by
Held,
people.
yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like there's like a whole perimeter that they would have around the villa.
Is that just so weird? Like the cameras everywhere. Like
You get used
Oh,
to
yeah.
it.
Like
Oh, the
when you're
shower.
dancing and stuff, too.
the shower.
Yeah.
There's one shower.
One shower
One
with
shower.
two shower heads, so 2 people. Well, the girls would just all
Well,
go in there
that's
at
not
the
a
same
big deal.
time.
But I saw like a scene with a couple guys in the shower, and I was like, are they sharing a shower?
Yeah, I mean, I put.
Jeremy would always like follow Josh in the shower.
No, he wouldn't.
Stop!
No, he would
kidding.
not.
By the way, I saw Jeremy and Florida hanging out. But like, what about Jeremy and Bailey? Because I voted for them. Actually, no, I voted for Charlie and Alana.
Bailey
but-
will be here this weekend too. We're all.
Is she?
I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah.
saw. Yeah.
I liked her. We
Are
didn't-
they still an item? Him and her and Jeremy?
I actually do not know. I haven't asked.
We're going to find out right after this podcast.
Yeah, let me know
but-
because they were Florida and Jeremy were together. It was very
Yeah,
confusing.
she flew in last night to New York, I think.
And Jeremy's from here. So,
Yes.
like, Giovanni was there, too, I think.
What do you have to say to the fact? You know, I'm not going to ask you guys. I got in trouble. Where does Ariel live? Does she stay in the villa
She stays at the hotel.
In the hotel, yeah.
where
the
we
whole
quarantine.
time, or she goes
Yeah.
back and forth?
She
She
just
has a big
pops. She
suite
just
and just
pops
pops
in,
in.
like when it's her time to shine.
Dream job,
right?
Yeah.
She has the best life. She does.
She's
Totally.
amazing, honestly.
What was she like?
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Stunning.
even more beautiful in person, which is
Wow.
Yeah.
hard to believe.
Oh, my God. Yeah, she's awesome.
Like
and
when
she's
she
so
came
funny.
out in that cat costume.
Oh,
we
okay.
all-
I go, I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving. If
literally-
another blonde
I was
comes
like
in.
I was like arm around Shannon, and when she came out, I was like,
Josh was like, yeah, sorry, babe.
Guys, that night was the best episode of TV I'd probably ever seen. First of all, everyone was just so in their element. Like Cinco and Cash were like really like just vibing, and like Olivia and Corey were finally like doing something. It was just the best episode. And then Ariel came and like everyone was like, "Is that a girl?" It was just the best episode. And then that's the night literally everyone went home, and it was just like
Yeah.
so. It was it was the arc for me. Like after that, things started to get bad.
We have no idea when people are like going home or when there's a recoupling. They do not tell us.
We started to catch on. We were like, okay, as soon as we're having one night with like so much fun, people are gonna die.
We'll have a
like
party,
when you get a party,
yeah, exactly. We were like, something's gonna happen. So,
okay, my last question for you. I just wrote this. Oh, when you guys got back, how many text messages did you have on your phone?
I still haven't gone through all mine.
Really?
I have like 150 unread still. I'll get back to you guys, I promise.
4,000
That's
text messages,
crazy.
something like that.
Yeah.
So all in all, describe the experience. Obviously,
Incredible.
you're glad you went.
Incredible. I mean, really, the producers are so there for you, like on the show. Like they are like your family. You don't have your family and your real friends back at home. You cannot talk to anybody. You cannot talk to your mom if you want to. It's really hard. So for them being there for us all the time, really, really, I don't know what I would do without. You know, if production wasn't there and like helpful and like
or you felt like they were trying, like in a lot of shows, they really set you up. Like they're not your friend.
Yeah, they could have totally turned against us and been like, do this or do like whatever. They were also made sure that we were comfortable.
They were there for us.
They were really there for us.
They realized obviously we're real people and like we do have like our own lives. And we can't like control everything that we do. Obviously we're adults. So they were definitely there for us. They wanted to make sure we were okay, you know, mentally, physically, because it is a long, draining process.
Is there a therapist on?
There is.
Yes.
There has to be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys get, you have to get STD tested before you go?
Yeah. So many tests.
So many tests, background.
How did you guys get scouted for the show?
That's a great question.
No way.
Yeah.
So
love that.
Everybody got sought after for the show. And actually, you know, things do come full circle because my sister signed me up behind my back for the show. And
oh my God, no way.
And I was the only one.
Oh my God, I have chills.
Yeah, it's crazy how this world works. Like I was the only one that actually applied to be on the show. And my
everybody
sister signed
was
me
literally
up.
Scouted.
And, you know, I got on and, you know, everything comes full circle and I met, you know, Shannon, so.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God, I love that. That's really sweet. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you guys for being here. America's just so obsessed. I'm so obsessed. You guys are so nice and fabulous and pretty in person. Like your eyes are so blue and you are just like so tan and stunning.
Thank you.
You guys just need to start posting more on Instagram. Like I'm always checking your Instagrams. Like you literally haven't posted in 3 days. What is that?
We post a lot on our stories.
Yeah, I know. But
I came from like 2,500 Instagram followers, so I'm still trying to like
How many do you have now?
Like 185,000.
What do you have,
Shannon? I'm still trying to get used to it.
250,000, I think.
Is that crazy?
It is wild.
Yeah.
It is wild. So like we have to like actually think about what we're posting now, not just like
I don't have content, really good content to post because the pictures, getting them off the phone from the villa is so time consuming.
Do you still have the villa phone with you?
No.
You give it back when you leave?
I wish. There's so many great photos of Josh and I that I really wanted to post on my Instagram and I don't have access to them.
Oh, that's so annoying.
I don't know
Were you
how to
not
get
able to
them.
text them to yourself before you left?
I wish.
So those phones aren't connected to like service,
anything.
like anything. So it's only to take pictures and videos, and they change the time and all that stuff and the date.
They
on
do?
your phone.
And
Yeah,
the date.
and the
it was
date.
like Halloween on his phone and like December on my phone.
Yeah.
And when you guys are now just like laying in bed and someone texts you, do you say, I got a text? Or you just say, hey, I got a text?
Oh, as soon as
we scream it.
as soon as I came home, there was probably like 100 people at my house, and someone sent me a text. They
So
made me
many
say it in front of
people.
everybody.
Can you guys say it for me, please?
3,
2, 1.
I got a text!
Yes, that's a great way to go into the weekend. Thank you guys so much for being here. Follow them on Instagram. They're going to start posting. Thank you guys for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. Wherever you listen to podcasts, find us The Morning Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. And if you're still listening to this episode, leave a little palm tree on our Instagram in honor of Love Island. Have a great weekend, you guys. Don't drink and drive. Bye.
Please go check out the link in my bio for my sister. It's a great cause.
Wait, keep going. Wait.
Yeah, it's a great cause.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so she did a lot of work for the community. She was a social worker, and you know it helps the less fortunate find housing or find whatever. So please go hit up the link in my bio and donate to a great cause for my sister. So thank you guys.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yes, that's
have
the
a great
Amaya's house.
Yes. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
We love y'all.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for having us.
See ya.